how do you program Atlas stone work in terms of frequency, training them, and percentage of max? Cheers. So it's a good question, but one, because Atlas stones take so much out of you. You know, it's to put your tacky on, to lift them, etc., etc. It is very time consuming and very detrimental on your body if you're training them too much. So obviously my brother Tom, he's one of the best stone lifters in the world. And this is something that Tom and I both follow. So basically guys, we're going to give you a 3-month training for Atlas stones. And it's based on a 100 kilo max stone. Basically we did 100 kilos because it's easy. 100% of 100 kilos is 100. So that's what we're going to use. So 100% is 100 kilos. So say, first of all, when we come in, we've done our max lift stone. We've got this 100 kilos. So week 1, we come in, we're going to do just a light session. So say we've done all our training for the week, we've got an events day, we've done log press, we've done yoke, and then last of all, we're going to do some Atlas stones. So we're going to drop it down as little as 50% for the first week. Remember, this is 3 months, this is 12 weeks, okay? So so if we start at 50%, by the end of this 3 months, we're going to be lifting more than 100%, so just bear with me. So we're going to go 50%, which equals 50 kilos, and we're going to be doing 5 reps. 5 reps times 5, okay? Should be nice and easy because it's half what we can lift, you know, so it's not going to be too detrimental on our body. We're not going to be too sore. But what we're wanting to do in this first initial phase of training is working on our technique. So everyone knows when we're lifting the stones, well, maybe you don't, I'll break it down for you. So there's basically movements. So we're wanting to pick it up, lap it, and then we're going to load it, yeah? So we can one motion it, but with this, we're wanting to go through all the motions. You know, it's very few people in the world can one motion really heavy stones. Tom was one of them, which is great, but me and you, we're mere mortals compared to Tom. So let's go through the motions and let's break it down nice and steady. So when we're going through the full stone run, we've got that smashed. So we'll go with week 1. We're not going to use any tacky as well. A lot of you guys, you know, I don't know if you've used tacky, but it's a fucker to get off. You know, we're clarting our arms with tacky. I don't know if you can see it. This is from yesterday's stone training for me. I've got a couple of bruises. I'm not going to cry about it, but it is what it is. So that's our first week done, yeah? But with this training program, you're going to notice that we're not going to train stones every week. We're going to throw in a couple of other things, and I'll get on to that in a minute. So that's our first week done. Then we're going to go into the second week. We're going to go back again, do all our training, the usual carry on, come to the weekend again. So instead of doing our stone lifts, we're going to throw in a sandbag. So, sorry, I forgot to mention this, guys, sorry. This was going to be over a yoke height, set up to the first training platform. So whatever training platform you've got, be it 49 inches, whatever, I'll get the heights, we'll write the heights out a little bit more scientific that way. But all we're going to do is set up a yoke and pop it over. I forgot to mention that to you guys. So into the second week, again, this is our max, the 100 kilos, 100 kilo max. But like I said, we're going to get a sandbag. Most gyms now should have sandbags. You know, it's a basic implement to have in a gym. If you don't have a sandbag, you know, hit up there's Cerberus Strength. They've got awesome sandbags. That's all we use. I don't know if you can see them in the back there. They're awesome bags. So again, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go with, rather than doing a percentage, a lot of the sandbags are kind of based on set weight. So you either get maybe say an 80 kilo sandbag, 60 kilo, etc., whatever you can get. So if you can get a 60 kilo sandbag, which is 60% of what your max stone is, so 60%, which comes to your 60 kilo sandbag. Right, so what we're going to do with this, we're going to do exactly the same with this 5 reps for 5 times, okay? I know you're thinking, oh, it's going to be tough, it's going to be whatever, but we're wanting to make it tougher with a sandbag because it takes less on your body. If we're picking up a sandbag, there's a bit more manoeuvrability in the sandbag, which for me and a lot of guys, we find it a lot easier to pick up. So if we've got a 60 kilo sandbag, all we're wanting to do, explode, pop, and then up. We're not going to load it on anything. We're just going to work on that movement. That's all we're going to do. From the hips and pop it up and then drop it. That's all we're going to do. Easy, simple. But what you'll find is, the more you do sandbag, the more power you can get off the floor. That'll then incorporate into your stone lifting. Yeah. So if we're going to throw in, that's what Tom and I, we've got a 160 kilo sandbag. I think that's right. 160 or 150, whatever it is. But we load that onto each platform. So that's a nice one to throw in. So again, so this is our second training session for Atlas Stone. Next week, so we're going to do, so we've got 50%, we're going to go up to 55%. And we're going to go back onto 55 kilo stone if we can. But I've noticed there's some guys that I'll kind of duct tape on some weights onto the stones. So that's another way we can break up the weight. So say we've got a 50 kilo stone there, we don't have a 55 kilo stone, put on duct tape on a 5 kilo plate, that's your 55 kilo stone. So this one, it's nice and simple. All we're going to do is 3 by 3. And again, we're going to throw it over a yoke. That's it, nice and simple. So we're not even kind of worrying about the heights yet in the platform because we're so early into the kind of training routine. And then once we kind of go on, we're going to kind of incorporate the lifting onto the platforms, yeah? So that's us, we're up to, so we've done 60% week 2. We're back to 55% on our Atlas Stone. And then we're going to have on the fourth week, yeah, that's right, yeah, we're going to go back on the sandbags. We're going to do exactly the same, 60%, 60 kg, sandbags. But what we're going to do in this is we're going to do some runs now. So we're going to have the sandbag at the lowest platform and we're going to start loading them. So it's the same again. So we're going to load them, lap them, pop them up. Take the sandbag back down, onto the next one, pop it up, next one. Okay? So we're going to keep doing that until we reach the top one. If you can't reach the top one, that's fine, it's no hassle. Go back down to the lowest one, lowest platform, pop it up again. And pop it up again, and we're going to go to failure. Okay? So this is to failure on platforms. Okay, and what this does is enables you to see how high you can get it up. So if you're getting up to the third height in the platform, no problem. But then you go on to the fourth one, and you're struggling. You're maybe not getting enough hip drive. Yeah, so then in your weekly training program, maybe incorporate some hip thrusters, to get that hip movement really popping. Believe me, guys, that type of movement, that's paramount to where the stones come from. So when we're here, you see a lot of people struggling. I'll just turn this way. So when their hips come up, then it's all lower back. Then we're going up. So if you can pop it and drive your hips, pop them through, then it's just gliding. That's how Tom does it. He's just something else, man. So that's what we're going to do. 60% with a sandbag, 60 kilo sandbag to failure. I know it's a fucking hard workout, guys, believe me, but we're wanting to get better. We're wanting to improve our Atlas stones. This is all about getting heavier than 100 kilos or doing reps with 100 kilo stone. That's what we're wanting to kind of go with. So that's a month training. All this now that we've done is 1 month, yeah? So what I'd like you guys to do is kind of follow this program into the second month, but we're just going to increase it slightly, yeah? And then what we also need to do is, I think what would be best to do is see the week 1, this week here, we'll substitute this for the same kind of carry on as we did here. So rather than, this was like a kind of feel factor when we're doing it the first week, nice and easy, half what we can lift, 5 reps, 5 by 5, nice and easy, it's no problem. So for the 5th week, I'll just write this down. So what we're wanting to do, we're going to increase it up to 60%, Atlas stones, Atlas, excuse the writing, fucking hell. My fucking back, I'm not used to stones. 60% Atlas stones on platform. Fucking hell, I'm sweating here, but excuse me, I'll give myself a wee dab. I'm not used to standing up for so long, guys. Right, so we're going to stroke that out. So that was week 1, this one. This is just, like I say, a feel-good, you know, nice and easy, 50% of what we can lift. We know we can do that. A wee boost for the morale, no big deal. But now we're kind of getting into the second month. This is where the kind of serious training is going to start. We're going to really kind of push things on. So 60% off your Atlas stone, which is 60 kilos. So onto the platform. So when we're going to start at the lowest one, pop it up, up, up. And then when we're feeling like, right, fuck, can't get that one, back down, do it again. Okay, we're going to do 4 to 5 sets. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. If you're feeling really fatigued after four sets, then just call it a day. I don't want you guys to injure yourself. You know, it's, again, we've said lifting the Atlas stones themselves opposed to the sandbag is so much harder, for me anyway. I mean, again, I've pointed out to my bruises in the biceps, you can pull biceps, etc., etc. But with doing this lower level weights, this is where it's kind of going to benefit us. We're going to be able to work on the technique, your form, that pop again, that hip drive. That's what we're wanting. When we're in that position, we're getting hips down and really explode through. So this is what we're wanting to do. We're going to kind of suss it out and see. So say if you guys, after this 5th week, we're going to get, if we can get up into the 5th platform, which is awesome, guys. That's pretty good. And then we can increase it. So we're going to have this next, what are we on, 6th week. We're going to do the same. Where was it here? So we're going to do this here again, okay? But we're just going to leave it at that because I don't want you to burn out. That's the thing. If we're going to go up to 80%, that's getting pretty close to our max. You know, we've only got 20% left to play and we're not even halfway here. So we've got to we're playing the long game here. So yeah, we're 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 6th week. We're going to do the sand. I'll just write 6th week here, which is here. So same again here. And all we're doing is basically replicating this to here. That's all we're doing, but we're just increasing it. So we've increased the Atlas stone here, and we're putting it onto the platform. The 6th week here, we're doing exactly the same here, and we're going to do this basically for the next month. So this is the second month. Second month is going to be pretty much the same as the first, but with a little bit extra. And we're going to put in the Atlas stone here. So this is when, this 3rd month, we're really going to push things. So we've got 4 weeks left, guys. We've got 4 weeks to go for this 100% lift. So what we're going to do then, so that's 9th week. On the 9th week, we're going to go for a little stone run up to 80%, okay? Because we haven't gone higher than 60% now. So we're going to throw in a bigger stone, an 80 kilo stone, yeah? So what we do is, say, start at our 50%. Oh, fuck, I'll take a knee, guys. My fucking knees are fucked. So 50%, 60%, 70, and then the last stone lift will be 80%, okay? So that's basically 50, 60, 70, 80 kilo stone onto the platforms. So obviously the 80 kilo stone will be going on the lowest platform. The 60, because by this time, I'm very confident that you'll be able to get the 60% onto all the platforms, yeah? So this is a good test now for us. If we can smash these out, again, this is all based on a 1 rep lift, okay? So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 lifts, going from the 4th highest, 3rd, 2nd, last highest, yeah? Excuse me. So if we can do that, that's a nice confidence boost because we've just lifted 80% of our max after 3 other lifts. So on the 4th lift, we still lifted 80%. So we're bang on track here, we're bang on track. So then we're gonna have a rest from stones. And again, we're gonna do, where was our sandbag carry on? Sandbag here. So this one here will be here, But instead of going to failure, we're going to increase the sandbag weight up to 80%, and we're going to do loading it, but we're going to miss out the lowest platform. And we're going to the second lowest and try and get up to the highest, yeah? So we've got an 80 kilo sandbag, 80 kg sandbag. Excuse the writing, guys, it's just 80%. Loading. Loading, okay. So again, we can miss out the lowest platform. And again, we're saying that the sandbag is a little bit easier to load. So we're gonna lift it, pop it up, take it back down, onto the next platform, and so on until we get to the highest one. And it's really key that we're getting this sandbag and this time, because we're only got, we've got 2 weeks left, yeah? So we're needing you to really smash that. That's paramount. So we need to get that up to the last platform. So then the second last week, right here, we're gonna go up to 90%. And all I'm wanting you to do in this, guys, is just pick it up, because all the hard work's done. All our technique, all our hip movement, you know, you've been working on your hip thrusts, you've been doing, you know, your explosive work in the gym. I'm not even touching on that. This is all just based around what we how we plan our max lifts and Atlas stones. So if you've been doing all your hard work throughout the week, your deadlifts, you know, your hamstring extensions, everything else has come on as well, then by this stage, all we're wanting is 90% of your stone lift, 90%, which obviously comes to 90 kilos, quick maths, Atlas stone. So all we're wanting to do is put this over a yoke. We're going to do this for, I would say, kind of 2 to 3 reps for 3 sets. If we can do that, we're in an awesome position. That's 90% we've just lifted off our max for three sets of 2 to 3 reps. Again, ideally we'd like to see 3 reps, but again, I know we're kind of encroaching in that 100% level. Even doing a double, that's still good. We're not wanting a 1 rep max at this stage. So that's us kind of broken it down. Week 1, easy money. You know, we're doing half of the weight for 5 by 5. We're throwing in some sandbag training, which is really, really good, guys. It's with the sandbag, you've got to get really low. You've got to get a lot lower because you're getting right down, picking it up. And it's just a little bit more tricky picking it up, but the loading part I find is a lot easier. And then we've got, so yeah, 50% of sandbag, we've got sandbag, then we're going up to the 55% 3 by 3. Again, like I said, if you don't have a 55 kilo stone or a 55% off your max lift, just incorporate, just stick a plate on, or you know, if you're feeling extra strong, you can easily go up to 60% there, guys. It's just, this is like a guide. You know, you can break that if you want a little bit, but I'm saying follow this near enough to the T. 1, 2, 3. So week 4, again, this is a tough one. You know, we're going 60 kilos, 60% of your max in the sandbag, loading it on the platform to failure. You know, you're not going to thank me for that because you're going to be fucked. But that's what we want. We want you to be really focused on smashing this, because Atlas stones is always last in the competition. I'm not saying you guys are going to do that, but if you want to get better at Atlas stones, and we've got the best guy in the world here, and this is how he follows it. You know, so it's the proof's in the pudding. You don't just come in here and pick up a fucking 240 kilo stone. You know, you've got to build up to that. You've got to build everything up. So we're on to, that's basically the first month. Second month, we're going up to 60% again. 60% on the Atlas stones onto the platform. Boom, boom, boom. Simple. Keep going. We're needing you to get up to that highest platform as quick as you can. You know, so it's tough, but you just keep going. So if, again, on this one, if you can't get up to the highest platform, like I said, drop it back down, go back to the start, do it again. Up, up, fail. We'll do it again. I know it's a killer, guys. I know Atlas stone training's fucking hard. That's why we're always battered and bruised and walking around like we're John Wayne, you know, so it is what it is. So again, we're just replicating this into this second month, okay? So we're getting stronger, our technique's kind of improving. We've got that hip movement smash. We've got that pick-up smash. We're really getting stronger. The last month, this is where it's all at. This is where we're going to increase the strength, increase the levels of pain a little bit more, guys. This is what we're wanting. So, this is the first run we've done. 50%, 60%, 70%, 80% loaded onto the platforms. Again, if you don't have a platform, guys, just use a yoke. You know, we've got to kind of go with what we've got. I'm assuming this is me talking that you've got a platform and you've got a yoke set up. If you don't have one, then you've got the other, I hope. And then what we're wanting to do is the following week, because we're going to be pretty taxed on this, we're probably going to be grazed up. We're going to do some sandbag, 8 kilo sandbag, and we're just going to be loading it on the platform again. Again, we're going to do a bit of failure, so it's going to be tough. This 80% of your marks is going to be fucking tough, boys. But it's preparing our body. You know, we can't go into lifting 100 kilo stone if that's your marks without going heavy. You know, your central nervous system's just going to be fried. So we've kind of done our lighter work, our technique work the first couple of months. We don't want to go too heavy too soon. And now we're coming into the 80%. And then the penultimate week, we're going to go for 90%. And all we're going to do is just lift that up and load it over a yoke. You know, that's all we're going to do for maybe 2 to 3 reps. Do a double if you want, do a triple if you're feeling extra strong, and for 3 sets. And that's going to set us up really nice for this fucking big boy. And that's what we're wanting to get. So final week, 100 kilo stone, 100%. And it depends, guys. If you want to just say, right, I'm wanting to lift more than that, or I'm wanting to get a triple on it, I'd say, for me personally, I'd like to see you hit a triple at 100 by this point. So we're gonna load it up into the lowest platform. So 100%, 100 kilo, the big boy on platform. On the platform. Yeah? So we're going to start, take the 100 kilo stone. Obviously you're going to do a little bit of warming up. I'm not touching too much on warming up because that's up to you guys. I can't comment on how you guys warm up as an athlete. You know, we've touched before mobility. I'm not a big fan of that. But if I was you guys, I would do, you know, some speed reps on 50%, 60%, 70%. And as long as I'm pretty warm, I'm feeling pretty loose, I would go into the heavier stone. You know, it's myself and Tom, we've got a set of 100 to 180, and then we've got the 239 stone. So it's a big fucking jump from 180 to 239. You know, so you've got to use a bit of common sense. I can't be there to hold your hand the whole way. You know, you've got to take some ownership off your training. You know, I'm giving you a plan here that should help you lift more, but you've got to also, like I said, I touched on your weekly training programs. You've got to be sure you're smashing them, your diet's good, your conditioning's good, your warm-up sessions are good. So that's on you guys. You need to, and again, we're going to be doing other videos of warming up, diet and nutrition, you know, weekly training programs. This is all on getting this 100 kilo stone. So again, it's because I'm going on the basis this is 100%, 100 kilo, this is your heaviest stone in the gym, right? So what I'm wanting you to do is 100%, 100 kilos on the platform for 1 rep, and then I want you to roll it over onto the next platform. So we're going to go to failure here, guys. This is going to be tough. And I guarantee you, if you follow this 3-month plan, you'll smash it. 3 reps will feel like fucking nothing, you know? So let's say if we're doing the first platform, pop it up on the first platform, no problem. Go on to the next platform, pop it up. On the third platform, if we fail it, I want you to go back and make sure you get the fucking first one again, okay? Because this is to failure. And I know that if you miss the third one, you can go back and do it on the first one. You know, I know that for a fact. I know it's going to be tough, I know it's going to tax you, but take a little bit of time, you know. Remember, this is max day. This isn't just coming in and smashing it out for this first day. That was a piece of piss. You know, you'll be praying, oh, I wish I was doing that fucking first week training again, because this is where it's at. This is where champions are born and made, you know. It's fucking tough. We don't mess around in Atlas stones. So after that, say you've got your 100 kilos for your times 3 on platforms. There. Okay, if that's the case, if you've managed to do that, if you've stuck to this, and that's where we're at now, guys, then all we're going to do is add 10% on to each of these lifts. That's it. It's simple. You don't need a fucking mathematician fucking standing over you every day. It's 10%. We can do that. Again, 60%, 60 kilos, 70%, 70 kilos. You know, it's simple. It's just breaking it down and making it as simple as you can. So after we do your max, we always have maybe a couple of weeks off just to let your body recover. Have a couple of weeks off and then back to the drawing board. That's where we're going again. So it's just rinse and repeat, guys. It's not rocket science. It's, I mean, proof's in the pudding. We've got that big daft fucker over there lifting a 239 stone, like I'm lifting 180, you know. It's, obviously Tom's got the wingspan of an albatross, and that helps him. Some of us aren't blessed with that, but you put the hard work in and it will get easier and it will happen for you. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm fucking done talking. Professor Luke's done. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, anything you want to answer that you're not too sure about this gobbledygook, excuse the writing again, get in touch. We'll break it down in the video. You know, we'll have a bit of a written instruction of how to and what to do. Please get in touch. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.